Hello, welcome to this video. This is the truckers go to the Rift. So here you can see Hutton Orbital. I'm going to narrate a little bit and then I'll shut up and let you watch for yourself. So thanks to Cmdr Bam and many others actually, I can't remember right now, so apologies. They organized a expedition out to the Formidine Rift. And here you can see my alt commander, Seema Basirat, and she will now exit the start point at Hutton Orbital in her Anaconda. She has a jump range of around 71 light years, and so let's get started. There is, I think, 14 waypoints, and this expedition goes on for the next couple of weeks. While I know that dates this video, if you do watch it and want to get involved, feel free to sign up on EDSM. So this is our first waypoint, the Vale West Nebula. And you can see this beautiful pink and blue. And here I tried to get a little bit ahead of everybody and discover some few things on the floor. This included some volcanic activity, and you can probably find screenshots around on the Hutton Orbital truckers pages of the people who came out to this site and landed and had a quick look around on the surface. But out here, it's not a desolate void. There are Earth-like worlds, water worlds like this. This is an Earth-like. More volcanic activity than you can shake a stick at. And of course, the beautiful sights and sounds. This is the Vale East Nebula, with its rich red set against the background, in a water world, as I said. And here you can see both the North American Nebula and the Pelican Nebula from a ammonia world. And again, more volcanic activity. This was basically the last piece of volcanism I actually found on this expedition. There is some volcanic activity which was listed as a point of interest in our way, and lots of people have gone to see that, and it's very beautiful. You'll see it next. You'll see it coming up. And there you can see a close orbiting neutron star. Here is perhaps one of my favourite places, and there's lots of clips of this, which is, of course, the Bubble Nebula. You can see just poking into the background here. So the Bubble Nebula is, I think, very, very striking. When it first starts to come into view, you're met with like this kind of purple-blue ball, which kind of grows larger and larger, and it makes for some very striking backdrops. Here you can see me doing a little bit of stunt flying through the rings here, and then I will swing back around and show you what I mean by these stark views. I mean, look at that. That's incredible. Being close to these nebulas is really quite striking. I mean, this really does take up a large portion of the screen. And here you can see it just roughly the same size as a planet here. I'm landed on the moon of this planet. Almost makes a snowman-like effect. I also found some other items of interest, such as a shepherd moon like this, which is a moon orbiting very close to the ring system. Other shepherd moons would be inside the rings. And again, another Earth-like world overlooking the Heart and Soul Nebula. Again, another quite striking place. The Soul Nebula being the one which is more distant in red. Now, out in the Soul Nebula, there is actually a stop-off point, an asteroid base, which is, again, asteroid bases are really quite beautiful, so hats off to Frontier for putting these in game. They're really quite striking, quite impressive looking places, especially when they're within the planetary rings of gas giants. Most of them are, but not all. And this is the volcanic activity I was speaking of, which was actually part of the recommended places to go. And so here is some water geysers you can see are quite active in this the basin of this canyon. So I got out and had a quick drive around, as you can see here, just as this geyser starts to spurt above. So yeah, so keep going. This is the actual rift area, the Formidine Rift. This is the region it's in. And here you can find 3 different systems quite close together with beacons. And this is the Formidine Rift beta site. So again, these sites are essentially abandoned settlements, quite grim and desolate places. All of them tell a story, roughly. Well, this one tells a story of damaged frameshift drive and essentially dwindling power and essentially a sense of isolation and probable death. So yeah, here we took a drive around. Here is another one of the truckers who was here at the same time. It was actually quite nice. I was essentially forward guard for a lot of this trip. I wasn't the first one to complete, I don't think, but I was one of the first 3 to complete the expedition. I sort of buckyballed it. But yeah, here you can see another commander with me driving around in the external view. And so yeah, this is still also quite a striking place, a trinary system. Yep, and as with every expedition, you'll take any opportunities to do neutron boosts that you can. And then, ultimately, this is our final destination. A megaship. Now, this is not a landable megaship. You can scan it and look at the log points, but I didn't want to, just in case I was going to cause it any aggro. But anyway, it's still quite a beautiful ship. Looks almost like a station, somewhere between a ship and a station. So that's around it. Thanks a lot.